गुड आफ्टरनून ऑल। यूट्यूब लाइव सेशन में हमारा आज का टॉपिक है व्हाट वुड इट टेक फॉर द जी सोनी मर्जर टू गो थ्रू। पुनीत गोयनका इज कॉन्फिडेंट बट हाल ही में एक लीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर के साथ हुए इंटरव्यू में पुनीत गोयनका ने वापस ये बात कही कि जी सोनी का मर्जर होगा, भले ही वो वेंचर के हेड रहें या नहीं। It may be recollected that when the Zee Sony merger deal was announced more than a year ago, it not only had a non-complete fee payable to SL family but had also announced the continuation of Puneet Goenka at the helm of the merged entity. इस मर्जर से 10 बिलियन डॉलर्स की एंटिटी बनाई जाएगी जो मेनली इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स और एंटरटेनमेंट को ध्यान में रखेगा। हालांकि इसमें भी बहुत मुश्किलें आ सकती हैं। और वैसे भी जी सोनी का मर्जर हमेशा कंट्रोवर्सी में रहा है। इन्वेस्को, जो उस समय जी एंटरटेनमेंट का लार्जेस्ट शेयर होल्डर था, चाहता था कि पुनीत गोयनका बोर्ड से बाहर हो जाए। इन्वेस्को ने कंपनी के गवर्नेंस पर ऑब्जेक्शंस भी उठाए थे। However, the deal went through and the only option that Invesco had was to think with its feet and exit its holding in Zee. But that was hardly the end of the story. Just last week, SEBI passed a rather scathing interim order against Subhash Chandra and Puneet Goenka. It accused both of allegedly round-tripping funds into unlisted entities and imposed a one-year ban on Subhash Chandra and Puneet Goenka on holding any KMP position in any listed Indian entity. अब सवाल आता है, where does the SEBI interim report stand now? फिलहाल मामला कोर्ट में है। The Securities Appellate Tribunal (SAT) refused to suspend the SEBI order at the request of the SL promoters. For now, SEBI has been aggressive and has also asked SAT to pass the order against the promoters of Zee quickly, since it involves serious issues of corporate governance. Till this point, Zee Sony डील के बारे में ज़्यादा बहस नहीं हुई है। पुनीत गोयनका अभी भी कॉन्फिडेंट है कि सोनी के साथ डील पूरी होगी, जबकि सोनी पिक्चर्स ने इस टॉपिक पर कोई कमेंट नहीं किया है। In short, not much is being written about the deal officially, although doubts are starting to be raised about it. Now, what were the specific issues raised by SEBI? Barring promoters from holding KMP in any listed entity is a serious issue, and SEBI must have had enough response for the order. According to SEBI, the promoters of Zee had used a convoluted and layered approach to round-trip the funds. To begin with, Chandra had given a letter of comfort backed by Zee FDs to Yes Bank against loan extended to unlisted group companies. While the board was kept in the arc, the bigger concern for SEBI was about the audit trail of funds. SEBI had alleged in its order that as unlisted companies did repay rupees 200 crore to Zee, but these funds also came from the flagship Zee. In short, the resources of a listed company with public shareholders had been used to repay debt of an unlisted entity closely held by the promoter group. In a recent report, BOFA Securities had underlined that the Zee Sony merger could be in trouble. There are two issues, and let us talk about the corporate governance issue first. Most of the global players like Sony are extremely conscious and fastidious about corporate governance issues. As long as objections were coming from an institutional investor like Invesco, Sony was still willing to give the benefit of doubt. However, if the order comes from SEBI, then Sony may be a little more skeptical about going ahead with the merger, especially since the order pertains to a serious issue like diversion of funds. But there may be a business angle to it. Zee has seen its ad revenue dipping and it has been losing a lot of its mojo in terms of subscription revenues. Also, the SEBI order is likely to impact the valuations assigned to Zee. All in all, BOFA feels that the Sony may do a serious rethink of the deal. Well, आज के इस लाइव वीडियो सेशन को लाइक एंड शेयर ज़रूर करें एंड सब्सक्राइब टू blinkX for more such content.